What's up, YouTube? Today I'm gonna teach you how to make the best cinnamon rolls way better than Cinnabon. Let's go. What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of That Savage Kitchen. And on today's episode, we're gonna be making some cinnamon rolls, bro. But hey, I know everyone knows these, bro, the little Cinnabon, but hey, today we just gonna toss them. We don't need them today. We're not gonna use those today because we're gonna be making some fresh homemade cinnamon rolls just like this, and it's gonna be way better than Cinnabon, trust me. So if y'all are ready for that, make sure you get all your ingredients. All the ingredients are gonna be in the description box below, so check that out. And other than that, let's get started. Yeah. First, we're gonna start off by making our dough. So I took 4 cups of bread flour, and bread flour is essential because this is gonna give our cinnamon rolls that chewy texture that we need. So I took 1.5 cups of some milk. Make sure it reaches a temperature of 90 to 110. Any higher, it's gonna kill the yeast. So we're gonna use yeast in this recipe to make our cinnamon rolls because you need that, it's essential. So I took 1 packet and dropped it, bro. What an idiot, so clumsy. But we're gonna add all of our yeast that's in that packet. After you add all the yeast from that wet packet, make sure you whisk it in. Make sure you combine everything and make sure everything gets dissolved, the yeast. And after that, we are gonna put some saran wrap on top and let that sit for a good 10 minutes so our yeast can bloom. While our yeast has bloomed, we're going to take our bowl of our flour and we are going to add 1/2 cup of some sugar, 1 teaspoon of some sea salt, and 1 tablespoon of some baking powder. Make sure you mix all that up so everything can get combined. And then now we're going to add our little dough hook whisk attachment. While our flour is mixing, we're going to add 1/3 of some softened butter. Make sure it is soft because we're going to add a little bits at a time in our bowl, just like this. Speed it up and add all that butter. This is going to make our dough very flaky and delicious. You can also do all this by hand, and make sure you check out my other video where I teach you how to make some pie crust. It has nothing to do with this video, but it's a good video to make just dough. We're going to take our yeast and we're going to add it into our bowl, add 2 eggs, and we're going to add 1 teaspoon of some vanilla extract. Now we're just gonna mix everything up until it gets combined and turn into a dough. After it turned into that dough, boy, yeah, you go. Look at that. Now we're gonna flour our work surface and turn this dough into a ball because we are gonna have to let this thing rise once again since it is made out of yeast. Turn it into a ball just like this, and now we're gonna add it into our bowl with some oil in it so nothing is sticking. You feel me? Put some saran wrap on top and let this sit for 1 hour and 30 minutes or until it has doubled in size. And trust me, you can tell when it has. Now we're going to work on our cinnamon roll cinnamon filling. So after your dough has risen like this and you can see it has doubled, we are focused on that filling that you need in every cinnamon roll. So we're going to start off with 1 cup of flour and 3 tablespoons of some cinnamon. After that, we're going to add our 1 tablespoon of some granulated sugar. Now we just got to mix it up. Put your wrist into this. Make sure everything gets broken up into a fine piece because when we cook it, we don't want these big chunks of sugar pockets. You feel me? It should look like this, some graham crackers. After that, we're going to plop our dough down onto our work surface and we are going to form it into a ball so we can turn it into a square. Make it a circle so we can turn it into a square. That's some geometry right there. But we're going to stretch it out until it's 1/2 inch thick like this. Stretch it out as best as you can. Now we're going to take some softened butter and we are just going to lather this thing, give it a little massage. It's been stressed all day, so we got to massage it and oil it down. You feel me? After that, we get every nook and cranny of butter. We are going to add every nook and cranny of our cinnamon sugar filling. Make sure you do not miss out on any spots. We want everything covered besides the edges. Don't get too close to the edges because when we roll it, it's going to be hard to roll if you got cinnamon sugar on there. So we're going to nudge in our edges and make them tight so they don't peel back, and it should look like this. If it looks like this, then you are on the right track and everything is done right. Now just cut out those edges and cut out your cinnamon rolls. You feel me? And pro tip, it is good to use a serrated knife like this because if you're just using a standard knife, there's a big chance that it's gonna pull apart and we do not want that. So make sure you're using a serrated knife. After we cut up all of our cinnamon rolls, we're gonna add some butter and put it as a lubricant for our pan. Add all your cinnamon rolls and we're gonna top it off with some saran wrap, and we are gonna let these things poof so they can get dummy thick because that's what we want. We want some thick cinnamon rolls, and we let them rest for a good hour, and look how thick they got. That is perfect, and that's what we want. So take the saran wrap, heat your oven at 350, and we're gonna plop those in there for 20 to 25 minutes. But while those are in the oven, we are gonna work on our frosting, so it'll be perfect when it comes out. The recipe for the greatest cream cheese glaze starts off with 4 ounces of soft cream cheese and 2 tablespoons of some soft unsalted butter. Now we're just gonna mix all of our ingredients together. After our cream cheese and butter has mixed, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of some vanilla extract and 1/2 cup of some powdered sugar. With the powdered sugar, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of some whole milk. Mix all that up, and a good tip is to add some lemon juice. Also add some lemon juice to get that lemony flavor. Make sure you whisk long enough so you can get rid of that powdered sugar lump. And now we got everything ready. Now we just gotta pull out them cinnamon rolls. Mine's got a little too excited and rose up from the casing, so just push those babies back down if that happens. But let these babies sit for 5 minutes, and when they do, add your cream cheese glaze on top. And don't let your cinnamon rolls get cold. Make sure they're still hot, so when you put that glaze on, it's gonna melt and get into every nook and cranny. Delicious. And here's the final result. Look at that glaze and look at them buns, bro. Those are the best buns I ever seen, I ain't gonna lie. And look at this pool. Look at the little cinnamon dripping from the bottom that just dripped onto the other cinnamon rolls. But get you a plate that thing up, and bro, when I tell you, look at that thing just begging for me to eat it. So get you a fork, go crazy, bro. This is the best cinnamon roll I ever had. Cinnabon got nothing on me. Y'all are trash. Y'all are garbage. Y'all straight doo-doo compared to this. So y'all need to go out y'all's way and make the recipe. All the ingredients are in the description box below, and you are not living your life to the fullest if you haven't had this. So make sure y'all like this video, comment down below, and tell me what I should make next. And other than that, I'm out.